Take a deep breath. Relax your body and slowly allow your mind to become still. Tonight we journey into one of the most powerful and beloved chapters of the Ramayana, the sacred Sundar Kand, a story of devotion, courage, surrender, and divine grace. This is the story of Hanuman, the devotee whose love for Lord Rama became greater than fear, greater than ego, and even greater than impossibility itself. In the ancient epic Ramayana, after Mother Sita was taken away by Ravana, the mighty king of Lanka, Lord Rama stood on the shores of despair, separated from Sita, wandering through forests, searching endlessly. Rama's pain echoed through the universe itself, and it was during this time that destiny revealed the greatest servant of Dharma, Hanuman. Not merely a warrior, not merely a Vanara, but devotion itself in living form. Tonight, let us slowly enter the world of Sundar Kand, a sacred journey where every verse carries strength, peace, and protection. It is said in Hindu tradition that listening to Sundar Kand removes fear, clears negativity, calms the mind, and brings divine blessings. And so, as you rest peacefully, let the story unfold. The search for Sita begins. After forming an alliance with Sugriva, the king of the Vanaras, Lord Rama sent search parties in all directions to find Sita. Days passed, weeks passed, mountains were crossed, forests were explored, yet there was no sign of her. Among those searching was Hanuman, accompanied by Angada, Jambavan, and many powerful Vanaras. At last, they arrived at the edge of a vast ocean. Beyond those waters lay Lanka, the golden kingdom of Ravana. But standing before the endless sea, doubt entered the hearts of many. Who could cross such an impossible distance? Who among them had the strength, the courage, the divine ability? For a moment, silence filled the air, and then the wise Jambavan turned toward Hanuman. He smiled gently, because he knew Hanuman himself had forgotten his true power. As a child, Hanuman had been blessed with extraordinary strength and abilities, but due to a sage's curse, he would forget those powers unless someone reminded him. And now, the time had come. Jambavan spoke words that awakened destiny itself. Hanuman, there is nothing impossible for you. You are the son of the wind. You possess immeasurable strength. You alone can cross this ocean. As Hanuman listened, something awakened within him, the sleeping fire of divine confidence. His form expanded, his eyes glowed with devotion, mountains trembled beneath his feet, the wind itself roared around him, and with folded hands, Hanuman remembered Rama. Because Hanuman never relied on his own strength, he relied only on Rama. And then, with the sacred name of Rama in his heart, Hanuman leapt into the sky. The leap across the ocean. The ocean stretched endlessly beneath him. Clouds moved around him. The sky became his path. And all the celestial beings watched in wonder, because this was not merely a leap across water, it was the leap of devotion beyond limitation. As Hanuman travelled through the skies, the gods decided to test him. From the depths of the ocean arose a divine serpent goddess named Sarasa. She blocked his path and declared, "The gods have ordained that you must enter my mouth before continuing." Hanuman understood. This was a test, not of strength, but intelligence. Sarasa opened her mouth wide. Hanuman grew larger. She grew even larger. Hanuman expanded further. The sky itself seemed too small. And suddenly, Hanuman shrank into a tiny form, entered her mouth, and exited instantly. He bowed respectfully. Sarasa smiled, because Hanuman had passed the test, not through violence, but through wisdom. As he continued onward, another danger appeared. A shadow demon named Simhika rose from the ocean. She possessed the terrifying power to capture beings by seizing their shadows. Hanuman felt himself slowing, pulled downward. This time, there could be no negotiation. Hanuman entered her mouth, tore through the demon from within, and continued his sacred mission. Even obstacles could not stop one who carried Rama in his heart. At last, after crossing the endless ocean, Hanuman saw Lanka, glorious, golden, towering with palaces and jewelled gates. Yet beneath its beauty, darkness lived. Because power without Dharma always decays from within. Hanuman reduced himself into a tiny form and entered Lanka silently under the moonlit sky. The city sparkled like heaven itself. Golden roads, perfumed gardens, magnificent palaces, music echoed through the night. But Hanuman's mind remained focused. He was not there to admire Lanka, he was there for Sita. As he explored the city, he saw mighty warriors, Rakshasas, and Ravana's luxurious palace. At one point, Hanuman entered Ravana's royal chambers. There he saw countless ornaments, riches, and sleeping queens. Yet Sita was nowhere. Hanuman became deeply troubled. Had she been harmed? Was she alive? The thought itself pained him. But then, from afar, he noticed a beautiful grove, Ashoka Vatika, a sacred garden, quiet beneath the moon, and there, beneath a tree, sat Sita. Her clothes were simple, her face pale with sorrow, yet her divine radiance remained untouched. Surrounded by demonesses, Sita sat beneath the Ashoka tree remembering Rama. Every breath carried his name, every tear reflected devotion. Hanuman's eyes filled with emotion. At last, he had found her. At that very moment, Ravana himself entered the garden, dressed in royal splendour, overflowing with arrogance. He tried once more to convince Sita to accept him. He offered wealth, power, luxury. But Sita remained unmoved. Her heart belonged only to Rama. When Ravana threatened her, Sita fearlessly replied that Rama would soon destroy Lanka. Furious, Ravana gave her limited time before leaving. The garden became silent once more. Hanuman watched everything from above. And then, softly, he began chanting Rama's name. Sita looked upward. Who in Lanka could speak Rama's name with such love? Hanuman slowly descended, tiny in form, gentle in speech. He spoke of Rama, of Lakshmana, of their sorrow, of their search. At first, Sita hesitated. Was this another illusion? Another trick? Then Hanuman presented Rama's ring. The moment Sita saw it, tears filled her eyes, because the ring carried Rama's presence. At that moment, hope returned. Hanuman bowed before her with complete humility. Sita blessed him, and Hanuman offered to carry her back immediately. But Sita refused, because Rama himself must come. Dharma must be fulfilled. Hanuman understood. Before leaving, Sita gave him her Chudamani, a sacred ornament. Then came one of the most beautiful moments in Sundar Kand. Rama embraced Hanuman, not as master and servant, but as soul and soul. And Rama declared that even he could never fully repay Hanuman's devotion, because devotion offered without selfishness becomes greater than heaven itself. Why is this chapter called Sundar Kand? Sundar means beautiful, but what is beautiful? Hanuman's devotion, Sita's purity, Rama's compassion, the triumph of faith over fear. Everything in Sundar Kand reflects spiritual beauty. Hanuman crossing the ocean symbolizes the soul crossing the ocean of worldly suffering. Lanka represents illusion and ego. Sita symbolizes the pure soul separated from divine consciousness. And Rama represents ultimate truth. Hanuman becomes the bridge between the soul and God. This is why millions recite Sundar Kand during difficult times, because it awakens courage, faith, strength, protection, and surrender. Among all beings in the Ramayana, Hanuman stands unique, because he never desired power, never desired fame, never desired recognition. He desired only Rama. Even after achieving impossible victories, Hanuman always said, "It is only by Rama's grace." This humility transformed strength into divinity. There is a profound lesson here. True power does not come from ego, it comes from surrender. The moment Hanuman forgot himself completely, he became limitless. For centuries, devotees have believed that listening to Sundar Kand removes fear, protects against negativity, brings peace to the home, strengthens the mind, and fills life with divine grace. Why? Because the energy of Hanuman is the energy of fearless devotion, and fear cannot survive where devotion becomes complete. Now, as this sacred journey slowly comes to an end, allow yourself to rest. Let your breathing become soft. Imagine Hanuman sitting peacefully beneath the moonlight, chanting Rama's name. Imagine the ocean calm, the stars glowing gently above Ayodhya, and somewhere within your own heart, the divine presence of Rama. No matter what struggles exist in life, remember, like Hanuman crossing the ocean, you too carry hidden strength within you. Like Sita waiting with faith, your moments of sorrow will pass. And like Rama, divine grace never abandons those who walk with sincerity. So tonight, release your worries, release your fears, and rest peacefully in the sacred story of Sundar Kand. May the blessings of Rama, Sita, Lakshmana, and Hanuman protect you always. May your mind become peaceful, may your heart become fearless, and may devotion guide your path. Shri Rama Jai Rama Jai Jai Rama. Shri Rama Jai Rama Jai Jai Rama. Shri Rama Jai Rama Jai Jai Rama. Good night.